another test. Okay, all good. I was just like, I'm not ready. All good. It's too early. Hello and welcome to Olympic Village, round 15 of the Senol NPLW Victoria. My name is Georgia Radchik. Alongside me today, Alana Janchevsky. Alana, you've played for Heidelberg and also you're an Ninja A-League star with Melbourne Victory.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
I reckon I'm probably actually better off right here. We don't speak until like they come out anyway, so I've got time. Unless we're already on. right there. Oh my god, look how much water's in there though. That would be fun.
Oh, that's fucked. Maybe we're in a worse spot.
Well, we can kind of go in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Catherine Mole? Mole?
Mole. I reckon Mole.
Okay, pop it again. Glamorous NPLW commentary live. Glamorous NPL commentary live. Hello and welcome to Olympic Village. It's Heidelberg United taking on Melbourne Victory for round 15 of the Senol NPLW Victoria. Well, on the ladder, Victory sits 7th with 22 points and Heidelberg also sitting on 22 points. And given that South Melbourne, Preston, Bulleen and Avondale all play roughly the same time this afternoon, this game could have massive implications for the ladder. My name is Georgia Rajic. So pleased to have alongside me today Alana Yanchevsky, a player who's played for both Melbourne Victory in the Ninja A League and a championship winner with Heidelberg in 2024. Alana, thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast.
Happy to be here. I've got a very good game this afternoon and I'm looking forward to see the competition and can't really go for a team today. Been obviously still at Victory and played for Heidelberg, successful season, so ready to get into it.
No conflict of interest if you played for both clubs. Looking to how both teams will be lining up. Heidelberg, 5 changes to the starting 11 that lost 2-0 to Preston Lions away last week. Olivia Wood, Misha Anderson and Sarah Simmer all make their starting debuts for the club in the NPLW. Hayley Gertz returns after picking up a concussion against Essendon Royals a couple of weeks ago. Nali Plant did suffer an injury early in the game last week and has recovered in time to make it into the starting 11 again. Maya Hasten in game 101 in the NPLW. Well, for Victory, 2 second-half goals from ladder leaders Bulleen proved the difference in Victory's last hit-out last week. They also come into the game with 1 change as Poppy O'Keefe returns from national camp duty and replaces Catherine Moyle. Last time these two sides faced off, it was 2-2 all the way back in round 2. So expecting it to be a tight affair between two very big clubs here. Looking at the starting lineups, Alana, any surprises for you? Much to be expected from both these teams?
Yeah, I guess Victory's lineup, they've got really good youngsters in there. Good to have Rosie Curtis playing for a few weeks, bringing that leadership in, and obviously the young ones. Poppy, such a good player. I always in training called her Busquets. She's very slick on the ball, so hopefully she can have that in midfield today. And obviously they've got great players up front. Jasmine Miller, she's very crafty, and Layla Hussein is a goal machine, so hopefully some goals there. in for Heidelberg, obviously some new signings, some A-Leagues experience. Anderson's first season in NPLW Victoria, so hopefully see her leadership. Obviously Mia Bailey in goal, very big leader up back. And yeah, maybe they got some firepower off the bench as well with Sarah O'Donoghue.
Well, of course, some changes have come in. Sarah Suma, one of the new signings, and expecting to hear rumours that another American forward will be signing with the club in the coming weeks. Kerwood Wood has been a goal-scoring machine for Heidelberg across this season. And, of course, they've seen the departure of Sarah to South Melbourne in recent weeks, who was their previous high-scoring player in the team. Both teams looking to get underway. No head coach for Heidelberg United today has been unfortunately battling pneumonia, so our thoughts are with him and for a speedy recovery. And we get underway here at Olympic Village. Kerwood Wagner backwards to Anderson. They're already getting the thick of it with Jasmine Miller rather. Erin Tarrant, expect to see a lot of action of her on the ball in this game. Coming down there, Miller cutting inside, draws it down. Heidelberg having to spring into defence quickly. They conceded in the first minute of play last week. Valentine Percy goal got us underway against Preston Lions. Down the other end, Asuma. Strong run, looking to cut inside in the middle. Who's there? Rosie Curtis blocking the flow of attack for Heidelberg United. It's been pretty end-to-end stuff in the opening minute, Alana.
Yeah, both teams looking for an early attack. Great defending, I'd have to say, though. Rosie up the back at Victory, but Victory do look to have the upper hand starting, a bit more composure on the ball. So, yeah, let's have a look.
Tam at the back. Well, we didn't see a shot on target registered for Victory according to the match stats last week. So it have been a pretty free scoring team. We do know as well with their under-20 sides in the NPLW too. They've scored 69 goals there, so have been injecting some of those younger players who've been playing the under-20s into the squad. Jasmine Miller probably being one of the best examples of that. The ball goes into space. No one there to answer the call. Hazen having to track back. So, injection of a couple of players here for Heidelberg in the transfer window, all coming from Perth Glory in Misha Anderson, Olivia Wood, and Sarah Donoghue. So, seemingly building a bit of a Ninja A-League connection with the club out west.
Yeah, I guess so. Obviously great players, and they've done well in their season. I think Perth had a great year this year, and yeah, definitely some defensive solidarity, but also some attacking prowess with Sarah O'Donoghue.
Well, she was one of those players that you won the championship with back in 2024. Mackenzie, ever reliable in goals this season for Victory's NPLW side. Of course, there has been a recent change in coach for Melbourne Victory's NPLW side. Sandy Escuda has taken over overseas opportunity, so Jeff Hopkins now taking the reins of both the senior side in the A-League women and in the NPLW. How invaluable is to have someone like that being coaching across both the senior teams here?
Yeah, I guess Jeff has a number of experience coaching in the A-League. So for these young girls to have him as their coach, they're going to learn a lot. And yeah, there's obviously the style that we play, so hopefully injecting that into their team. But obviously, Santi is a big loss as well. Loved working with him in our environment as well. So yeah, hopefully they can have a combination of what they learnt from both.
Kerwood Wagner trying to use that physical presence to burst through the lines and burst through the players on the far touchline. And a quick switch up, which has been very much part and parcel of the game. Well, Anderson goes into a heavy tackle against Tarrant, but remains on her feet. Again, puts it into space. The call's coming from the coach for Leila Hussein to run onto that loose ball. But easy work for the Heidelberg defence. Wood keeping the ball in play. Bailey opting to go through the middle, and Tarrant really had to put the burners on. Asuma now with an opportunity, tries to curl it around Mackenzie, but puts it out for a goal kick. Well, Sarah Asuma had an assist on her first appearance for Heidelberg in the Nike FC Cup last Wednesday. Well, it looks like to be a pretty exciting signing so far for Heidelberg.
Yeah, obviously got on the end of that one and probably should have done better. Luckily for Erin, that eventuated like that. But definitely a young player that's going to keep learning. But yeah, Heidelberg looking strong there.
Well, both teams coming off a loss last week, the first loss for Heidelberg since round 8. So it has been they've been building into this season as well. But how much is, coming back after a loss like that really kind of drive a team, motivate a team coming into a game as important as this one?
Yeah, I guess both teams have had 4 wins in the last 6, so I think they'd have heaps of confidence and obviously some new signings for Heidelberg to strengthen up. But I think more so the context of the game will be playing in their minds. Big game and result can get them into the 6, so I think, they'll definitely be focusing on that and how they can play better this week.
Just enough from victory, and Miller brought down, and a bit of confusion on the pitch. Foul eventually given Melbourne Victory's way. Keith just was looking for Tarrant, just couldn't push it past the body of Asuma. Well, there's always that look from Victory that they'll look to switch it up and use Tarrant on that right-hand side. And Curtis. Again, now looking to build it up from the back. Ball floats over the top and Bailey spills it. Opportunity now come beckoning for the Victory. Sam was arriving into the 6-yard mark just in time, but Hasted had to clear the ball with purpose. Well, probably the best run of attack we saw in the game so far. The attempt there to cut it back and find Leila Hussein doesn't end in a goal for Victory, but positive signs early on.
Yeah, definitely end-to-end from both teams, and both had half chances. So, hopefully we're in for some goals today.
The rain has started to settle in here at Olympic Village too. It's been a lovely day in Melbourne up until this point. And definitely feeling the raindrops on the scaffolding up top. Asuma just a bit too much on the ball to really benefit her player in front of her. Tarrant looking down the line. Miller. Well, Jasmine Miller has been up for the challenge every single time, not afraid to meet the body when trying to contest for the ball.
Yeah, I guess she trained with us through the A-League season, and she definitely has the quality. And, she started really well today. I think physicality, and early on she got into the box. So, she might be on for a good one today.
And given the transfers that have importantly happened out of Melbourne Victory, with Fiorina Iara going across the Preston Lions, it really there's an opportunity up front. And with Ella Grady unavailable at the moment, when a player is doing so well in the under-20s version competition, she has the opportunity to step up here. Beautiful ball at the top, Kerwood Wagner. Mackenzie happy to come out of the box to meet it. Akiyama. Well, again, there's been some bright bursts in this game, early days. Almost 10 minutes played in this match. This wonderful long-range strike from Asuma. Confidence to fill up the boots. Always was going to be straying off target. But hey, why not give it a crack when the score line's locked at 0-0 at the moment?
Yeah, I guess she started the game the best out of both teams, I think, and she's definitely got a very dangerous shot, so Victory have to be careful.
She comes into this game having scored 11 in 17 games in her senior season of college. Copped a heavy blood nose at the end of last week, but seems more than happy to keep playing. And of course, a fun fact that I got as well, her college roommate is Aubrey Labro, Spring Hill centre back. So has connection across. Wonder if that was part of the reason why she wanted to come across to the Victorian NPLW here. O'Keefe. Francoud back to O'Keefe, bursting through the lines in the middle. Dovinston provides an option. Has to burst through two defenders. Victory trying to use the width to their advantage. Hussein. Bukowarski rather. Opportunity now, blocked shot. And Hussein tries to get one off as well. The Heidelberg defenders doing everything they can to just put their body between the player and the ball. In the end, Mia Bailey, the only option she had was to put it out for a throw-in.
I think she has the quality there to put her foot on it, Mia. But yeah, definitely a bit wet out here, so maybe safer than sorry.
And given the free-flowing nature of this team, both teams just trying to take any opportunity that they can get their hands on. Razumich to Kerwood Wagner. Curtis. Well, she looked to burst in the midfield, ball over the top. And a great staggered run in the end. By the Heidelberg defenders just to completely disallow any opportunity for Miller to burst through them. Bullich. Bukowarski. And it's a wonderful save from Mia Bailey to deny Franco. Well, something out of nothing. Why not have a crack at it? Great signs from the Melbourne Victory attack.
Yeah, they've picked up the last few minutes and brought out a great save from Mia there, but pressure's definitely coming from Melbourne Victory now.
Well, first corner of the game. We did see 6 early first half corners last week that Heidelberg had conceded. Preston were absolutely peppering them in attack. Well, Miller connects with it. Goal kick in the end given. But a well-taken corner as a corner specialist yourself. How did you rate that one?
Yeah, it's wet, so a little bit shorter off the skid. Maybe an actual corner, not sure what the call was there, couldn't see from here. But yeah, they definitely keep putting on the pressure, and if set pieces is going to be the way to go, why not?
The central referee did well to get out of the way. Victory seemingly just holding the better share of possession at the moment as well. Been the player to have more been the team to have more link-up play in this game so far. Wood. As I was saying, we did see Olivia Wood make her starting debut in the Ninja A-League for Perth Glory against Central Coast Mariners back in March. Asuma. Limited options, does well. Kiyama tries to bring the ball back central. Good vision from Gertz. Doesn't quite pay off as Bullich gets it in the way. Well, the call from Victory coach Jeff Hudson is to get into those wide areas. No surprise, given that's what we've seen. Rico Erskine now brings it into the box and just a step in front of Hussein to match her on that very run, but does well to keep the ball in the field of play. O'Keefe. And Victory just keep unrelentless. They keep moving forward. And penalty given. Well, Rikuiski brought down in the end by Mia Bailey, so early opportunity here for the Victory. Anderson protesting to the referee. No point at this time. Jasmine Miller to take. She's already scored 6 in 14 games so far this season. Miller for Victory. Sends it into the bottom right corner, and the Victory take the lead here in the 16th minute of play. Well, it's been end-to-end stuff and really just broke open there by the foul conceded in the penalty box by Mia Bailey. Strong penalty by Jasmine Miller in the end to give them the lead.
Yeah, I think the pressure's been building and Victory settled into the game nicely and definitely deserved that goal. And it's nice to see a young player step up and score a penalty. So really good by Jazz there, and hopefully, get more goals in this game.
Still just 17 years of age at the moment. Scored the last ever goal for FE Academy in the NPLW last season too. Heidelberg looking to restore parity. Huge ball in by Anderson. Parried away by Mackenzie Wood. She had a great campaign last season with the Essendon Royals, scoring 4 goals in 12 matches. And good recovery in the end. May Hasten. Gert swings at central. Asuma has displayed great close technical control early in this game already. Portia Tan paid very close attention to her, and in the end, Asuma out of options. Wild. Again, this time. Trying to pump it forward for Kerwood Wagner. Heidelberg keep possession. They move down the line, and both teams seemingly struggle with the centre of the pitch, really trying to use width and long balls to break through the midfield packs.
Yeah, I think Heidelberg definitely looking more wider. Victory have had some stints going through the middle. And Alice just in midfield there. Nice neat turn going forward. So little bit more longer, wider with the slipperiness. But yeah, Victory looking to use the middle of the park a bit more.
As someone who's played on this ground before, is this one that gets particularly slippery, or is the drainage good?
Oh, I'd say it's quite good compared to some of the NPL fields. Yeah, but I guess it adds a different element to the game. Harder for keepers to stop goals, and you like hitting a nice drilled pass on the wet grass, so it's good.
Hussein out wide now for Miller, who was arriving in support for her. Goes toe to toe with the captain of Heidelberg and Rosie Wild. Scooping ball in the middle, skates under the foot of Haston, but luckily Bailey is there for support. It's an easy enough pick up for the goalkeeper. We've seen the rain come in patches in this match. You can see dark storm clouds overhead to the left of your screen, easing up for the moment. Kerwood Wagner and Victory seemingly always having numbers surrounding the player with the ball. Bullich put out by Plant.
Miller Bullich has started the game very well. Obviously seen her grow up playing, and nice to see her playing in the senior NPL now. And yeah, coming from Bulleen, but I think she started this game very well and pocketed that winger on that side.
Almost too many decent players in this NPL side to try and, we're talking about this a little bit pre-game about where we're going to see a Miller Bullich, where we're going to see an Emily Kowitsky. Given the defensive prowess that you have in this backline and a lot of young, talented players that you've obviously played with and come up against in training, it must be a good headache for Jeff to have.
Yeah, definitely. He loves his defending, so he'd like to have so many options that he can use and people that he can play forward.
And a great hit there from Franco. The deflection takes it away from goal. Victory not done here. Miller pushes out for a corner. And again, these bright sparks come out of just really well taken opportunities for the Victory. So a corner on the opposite side this time. Leila Hussein to take. Hussein. Oh, looks for Miller. Almost a Karate Kid movement in the air. Ball's not dead yet. Anderson eventually seeming being the one to clear it. That looked like a very much a set piece drill that you would see in training, Alana.
Yeah, Jazz is doing the karate moves in there, nearly a scissor goal. That would have been really cool. Yeah, definitely adding more pressure to the game, and yeah, maybe Layla can get, if he gets it further into the box, then maybe just a little flick on and it's a goal.
Doverston looking out wide to Bullich. Plant getting in between. As the rain starts coming down again, Portia Tam getting in the way, but Suma cutting off the back pass. Sarah Suma, what can she do here? And it's a great last minute intervention by Rosie Curtis to put it out for Heidelberg's first corner of the game.
Not the first time I've seen her do that. A nice recovery there, and yeah, she loves a good slide tackle, and obviously helps when the grass is wet like this.
As the rain starts piling on, Heidelberg look to have their first corner kick. Misha Anderson has mentioned new to the club. First official start in the league this week. Puts the hands overhead. Anderson, powerful delivery, knocked off the crossbar, the upright rather, and then Hayley Gertz scooping ball, and then that's enough for Chloe McKenzie to pick it up and take her time to allow her defenders and players to set up.
Victory end up lucky there. That was a very good delivery and perfect for the conditions that the game is, but Victory did well to clean up there, and yeah, I'm loving the excitement in this game so far.
Has been a really exciting one. We've spoken about a couple times the fact that both teams on equal points on the ladder, opportunity to push into the top 6. We've passed the halfway point in the NPLW for the season. And then comes a point in those games where you'll remember exactly potentially where was at the moment that we dropped points that took us out. Obviously, thinking about the Ninja A-League season, that 3-3 draw between Central Coast Mariners and Melbourne Victory could have really provided a turning point to who made finals this season too. Well, the call is there to... Well, Tam forced to eventually dispatch the ball. Well, the players letting their process sing out here at Olympic Village.
Yeah, I don't know what's just happened in the last 30 seconds, but didn't know you couldn't wait for someone to tie their shoelace. Yeah, feel bad for Erin Tarrant there.
I would say the rain here and the cold probably not helping finger dexterity in the moment. Lovely ball over the top. Hussein has the speed to get there first. Goes back to Franco and off balance and has the power behind it, but too much so. Pushes out for a goal kick. So we do see a player down, Miller Bullich, who you were just singing the praises about not too long ago about having starting the game really strongly.
Yeah, not sure what she's gone down for, but if we talk back there to that shot, I think it's great confidence for Alice to take that shot on. Yeah, a bit of inexperience maybe to see two players into the box, but I like the confidence from Victory to take shots off, put pressure on through corners, and yeah, they've started well being a young side.
Well, given that, of course, that this side is an under 23s, but most of the players are in fact under 20 as well, it is strong signs. A lot of these players, having previously played for FE Academy and the NTC, coming through the ranks here.
Looks maybe to be hamstring something, but we will wait and see what the call will be. They've just signalled for a sub, so not looking good for Miller Bullich, starting the game well. See, now we talked about that defensive solidarity they had, so maybe Emily Rakowski maybe put back to left back, but we will wait and see who he looks to bring on.
Well, that's exactly what sings out here. Emily to go move to left back position where she started the first game of the season. Plenty of attacking talent on the bench for Victory, so we're going to play out the next probably minute or so with 9 as they look to sort out the subs. Natalie Plant slips on the wet grass here, able to get back in time enough to recover the ball, just slowing in its movement. Huge boot from Wild, and Wood spinning as she tries to keep it from going out in the end, out for a goal kick. So we'll see that substitution happen now for the Victory. So Catherine Moore, who coming on for Miller Bullich, and that was the one change that we did see from last week's starting 11 to this week's starting 11 was Moore for Poppy O'Keefe. So again, Victory do have, like you said, Alana, plenty of people in defence to be able to handle this reshuffle okay, but always when a young player, especially with a bright talent like Miller Bullich, you just hope that she'll be okay. Long range shot from Gertz, had the power behind it. So maybe Heidelberg now looking for the opportunity to just punch one long and just shoot from distance.
Yeah, I guess that's always an option, catching the keeper off guard, but like we said back with Victory, I think Rakowski slots back into a role she's very familiar with, so I think no issues there, and Jeff's made a good call to do that, and yeah, we'll see now what Moole does on the left.
Olivia Wood, great interception, but couldn't keep the ball at her feet. Hussein and Hasten go shoulder to shoulder. O'Keefe It does feel like every bounce is just falling in favour of the Victory at the moment too. An opportunity to go skidding between two players. Tarrant trying to direct Miller. Wood. Finds Kerwood Wagner, who's been kept reasonably quiet by the Victory defence, trying to make amends of that now. A left-handed low strike just puts it in the side netting. Where would you say most of Heidelberg's key chances have been so far in this game? Would you say it's coming out of transition from build-up play and also when they win the ball back of an interception?
Yeah, I'd say they're trying to play more quick on the counter and transition. They haven't looked to build up with the ball much, and I think that's shown in their chances. They've been half chances minus the post from the corner. So maybe something for them to look at going into half-time. How can they create better chances going forward?
Tarrant links up well with the same. Would love to know the stats between them, passing between each other, and that connection that's been forming all season. Gertz again spots the run. Price put the ball over the top, but Chloe McKenzie just had so much time on her side. She could allow it roll back towards her in the box. Marley Plant would just was hoping just to oversee that one go out for a goal kick, but instead invites her goalkeeper to join in the action. Misweighted ball gives Victory an opportunity. We enter the back third of this first 45 minutes. Tempo's calmed down from what we saw in the opening 15. Of course, that goal, the penalty scored by Miller, really has been the difference so far. Hasn't been too many clear-cut chances. The rain just steadily improving over the course of this first half too. And the energy that we saw at the start temper a little bit.
Yeah, I think Victory have settled into the game nicely. I think seeing the last few passages, they're trying to switch the ball and play a little bit more. I'd like to see a little bit more confidence in the likes of Layla Hussein. I think she's got a bag of tricks, and I think in a few of those times they're trying to find Miller really early. So hopefully they can get into the game a bit more with the more lengthy possession times as well.
Two centre backs passing back and forth. And again, Heidelberg's venture through the centre of the pitch, short-lived, trying to use that width to break up the congestion that we're seeing from Melbourne Victory in the middle. Run from Olivia Wood. Just skips past her. Always one of the things after the mid-season transfer window too, you see these new players being brought in, just getting players and teammates adjusting to those connections, the speed and delivery of the way they want players to receive the ball and deliver the ball.
Yeah, definitely different personnel. The players around them have to get used to it, but they obviously bring a lot of experience and they have the fitness and experience from the A-League season, so it might take a week or two to get used to it. But I think Heidelberg had a better length of possession there. Maybe didn't need to force it forward.
Well, this time we see, again, Victory trying to maybe be the ones to force it a bit with that ball through to Hussein. Sumac dropping deep. It's helped with the transition. It's always good being here up in the gantry to hear exactly what the coaches are saying. Again, lots of instruction from Jeff Hopkins to go high and wide, especially directed at Layla Hussein. Well, Tam directly between two players, and again, Curtis, she's been more than happy to put her body behind the ball a couple of times in this match. The runners on for Zumic. But just a couple of minutes where mainly we're seeing some goalkeeper involvement just to help with build-up, keep the ball moving slowly. Frantic opportunities, but nothing of real note. Well, Wood delivering it in a very dangerous way back to her keeper. Bailey did well.
Yeah, I think Miller is definitely best in the half so far. She's so clean on the ball and she's bringing other players into the game. And yeah, I think she might have another one or two in this game if she gets the good delivery closer to goal.
And showing off her technical skills on the ball, Jasmine Miller. Would that just be sighting her better or potentially just having that delivery come into her a bit easier?
Yeah, I think it's that final pass. I think they're getting into higher areas now. It's just how can they get into that final pass. And we saw Rakowski put in a good cross before, but no runners in there. So, yeah, it depends on the moment, but definitely they're getting more chances in those areas. And now we have a rainbow for us as well to view from up here on the scaffold.
Seemingly a head knock there for Doverson, just going down. Again, Misha Anderson having that conversation. As you mentioned at the top of broadcast, Alana, first time in the Victorian NPLW, has had plenty of experience across in Perth, playing for Red Star as well. And 17 appearances, 5 starts in A-League Women. That last season for the Perth Glory. And Portia Tam just absolutely launches the ball. Bit unexpected to say the least. I think none of the players around her were expecting that hit, but we'll see another ball come in for support as it travels all the way pretty much to the outside road.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone heard on the mic, but I said, oh, wow. I love that effort. Definitely try some of those myself sometimes. So, yeah, that was nice to see. And, yeah, no one definitely expected that. So, great effort and, might catch the keeper off guard.
Well, we've seen it a couple of times for Heidelberg for them trying to catch Chloe McKenzie off guard. This time now from the centre back for the Victory, trying to absolutely launch a rocket, and Tarrant doing well. See, spots as part of Curtis. Well, coming in. And Kerwood Wagner really had to be careful to stagger a run to remain on side. Bursting through 2 defenders. And again, off balance on that left boot. Just couldn't quite control the strike to bring it towards goal. But a great passage there from Heidelberg.
Yeah, going back on that counter-attacking sort of football, I think they're getting in those areas off mistakes or lucky rebounds. But, yeah, I guess they need to punish a little bit better.
We We scored 3 in the last 5, Kerwood Wagner. Last goal was against Bentley back in round 13. Has been a prolific scorer. Came off at halftime last week for Sarah Asuma. The first time we've been able to see both those players on the pitch together in the NPLW.
Victory trying to get a corner here. Stays in.
Doing well to keep hold of possession. Using Curtis plenty of times. Frankie lays it off. Keith looking for the switch up, and Tarrant. Strong work there. Struggling through, and well, former Heidelberg player herself there in Tarrant. Okay. Davison tries to load up the strike there, and again slipping on that wet surface.
I know I said before Poppy plays like Busquets, but maybe I should have just said Barcelona, because she's doing Iniesta skills now as well in the game.
Well, a player who's the first one to ever go through all the academy and training for Victory all the way to the senior and A-League women's side too. From Wangaratta originally, spotted at a very young age by Jeff Hopkins at a camp out there. Hussein, smart little turn there. Davison could spot the run. Not a bad strike in the end by Alice Franco. That was smarter build-up play to lead to that chance there for the victory. This time really giving the pass to the player who was free.
That's more like the Layla Hussein I know. Little skill moves in tight areas, and yeah, I think Alice maybe should have taken that on her left foot going to next time. But yeah, definitely great build-up, and I think Victory are gaining a lot of confidence in this game. It's nice to see them move the ball around and yeah, be a bit more neat than Heidelberg at the moment.
Well, only less than 3 minutes to play. Regulation time in this first half. Well, we've seen this game have shifts and waves of momentum. Victory still with the upper hand, given that they do have that goal lead. So a couple of bright patches from Heidelberg around 10 minutes ago now, but seemingly does feel like Victory side back in control. Would slide into the challenge to try and take the ball away from Hussein. Miller happy to give that ball to Rosie Curtis, who's been a really smart mover of the ball this game. Tarrant trying to send Gertz one way and the other. Mackenzie now looking to release that ball to Miller. Wild. Victory really trying to compress what Heidelberg are able to do here.
Yeah, Rosie Wild there, asking for more options up front. She's a bit frustrated. Not getting much towards the ball, and that's kind of the style that they've been playing, a bit more transition. So, yeah, maybe something that she'll bring up at halftime.
Captain and leader in this side, of course. We saw long-serving captain Steph Galea depart the club at the end of last season. Still around the grounds, however. I can see her here at today's match too. So still very heavily involved with Heidelberg.
One of my favourite people in the football world. I did see her. Need to say hello to her later. But, yeah, nice to see that she's still coming here. Probably just for the souvlaki at halftime. But, yeah, nice to see her here. And, yeah, definitely a club legend. She should have a car spot right at the front.
Not doing too bad herself this season. In State 2, I'm pretty sure she's playing. We've seen her name pop up on a couple of goal sheets, so good to see her still very much enjoying playing her football. Well, 2 minutes of time added on, the fourth official has indicated, so it's been a pretty frantically played first half, end to end. Hasn't been too many fouls in this match either. Been a lot of physical contest, but pretty clean by the law of the whistle. Well, what can Heidelberg do here? Well, tough situation. Again, Victory seemingly having every answer for the ball going forward. This time, just where they're finding that final ball, or even just trying to find players to link up and attack sometimes. As Anderson just connects the boot to it, Curtis heads it down and away. Almost a tennis match, with this ball going back and forth multiple times. Victory want to extend that lead. Heidelberg want to restore parity before the whistle. Well, edging closer and closer to the minimum of 2 minutes time indicated. Bailey asking for width, composure. And the whistle blows here for halftime at Olympic Village. It's Heidelberg United 0, Melbourne Victory 1. And, well, there's been bright patches of both teams, with Victory definitely the side with the upper hand going into the halftime sheds. Lani Janchevsky, thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I think the first 10 minutes was very transitional from both teams, but Victory settled into the game very well, and I think you saw after the goal as well, they had a great spell of possession. And I think they just need to focus on their final pass. And for Heidelberg, I think, big conversations to be had at halftime, how they can get better chances off and, maybe keep the ball a little bit more. And, maybe Sarah Donoghue to come off the bench to help with that.
We do know she's a brilliant striker of the ball, can really create something out of nothing. Halftime here, we'll be back with the second half very shortly.
Need to keep the cables. Yeah, I know.
Cause I pressed the button. I went
Welcome back to the second half here at Olympic Village. And there was a substitute at halftime for Heidelberg United. Misha Anderson coming off for Eve Tikakakis. So change there. You see Tikakakis start in last week's game too. Georgia Rajic alongside Alani Janchevsky here for the second half. The difference at the moment, 16th minute penalty. And Jasmine Miller was able to convert. Rick Kowerski brought down in the box by Heidelberg goalkeeper Mia Bailey. Has proved the difference so far in this game. It's been frantic at times as we get back underway here.
Yeah, let's see how we go in this half. Victory ends it very well, so let's see after the break if they continue that and see if Heidelberg change some things.
And it has looked like it's a like-for-like substitution as well, with Tikakakis in playing that defensive midfield role. Did see her play out at left back last week. Plant. Now side flag comes up. Haven't saw quite a few times as well, and I can hear the encouragement from Victory coach Jeff Hopkins to encourage the players to allow Heidelberg to go offside in this match and don't really stray too far on to try and keep them on for them to stretch. Mull, who was also an early substitute for the Victory. So we saw Miller Bullich come off around that 22-minute mark. Suspected hamstring by my co-commentator. Tarrant again has been lethal on that right-hand side all game. Beautiful delivery in. Flashes past a whole heap of bodies in the 6-yard box. And Razumic having to really get involved there.
That was a great ball by Layla Hussein, and yeah, unlucky that there wasn't a second goal there for our wonder striker from the first half.
Yeah, we saw Hussein get involved with a lot of chances. We saw 10 shots for the Victory in that first half. Note at the start of broadcast that they didn't have a single registered shot on target, had 2 across the first 45 minutes as well. So to have come out in this game with a real attacking intent, given what's at stake here, but of course both teams are coming off 2-0 losses. Heidelberg to Preston Lions, and of course Victory to Bulleen last week. With a whole smattering of games on at the moment too, so much is at stake to push into the top 6 at the halfway point of the NPL Victoria Series course. Finals all taking place in September, so plenty to play for here in this game. Equal on 22 points, both these sides. Plant doing well again. And we saw a lot. We spoke a little bit before the halftime break, Alana, about the fact that there was some frustrations becoming evident, especially from Captain Rosie Wild, about the fact that there was no options coming through the middle, a really transitional Heidelberg side. Have you seen them change a little bit? I know we're only about a couple of minutes played, but have you seen a bit of a statement of intent on how they want to play the second half?
Yeah, I guess even if we look now, they're trying to spread the ball wide into attack. But yeah, I think they are coming to feed a little bit more. So yeah, let's hopefully see that, those attackers get on the ball and aren't just looking for the long one every time.
Lots of conversation from the Victory coaching staff about using width in that first half too, from where we can hear them up here. But importantly, we did see them not afraid to play to feet, like you said, Alana, too. So Mackenzie, the lightest of touches to deliver that goal kick to Portia Tam. O'Keefe barely breaking stride to deliver that ball to Rukowski. Doverston, who we saw go down for a couple of minutes in the first half, back on her feet, seems to be more than happy to continue playing the game. More like getting sandwiched between 2 defenders. Lovely delivery in, flashes past, plant. Well, Franco was lurking there, just the angle deceiving her potentially.
Yeah, I don't think she was expecting the defender to swing and miss that one, so maybe if she was a bit luckier there, she would have gone on into a good chance.
Well, like, going body to body with the Heidelberg captain, Tikakis. Franco. I'm seeing a little bit of back and forth now, just enough from that pass from Gertz to break through the lines.
Heidelberg resorting to that long ball again. Victory seemed pretty set up to deal with it, so we'll see if they can either break through or look more defeat, like we said.
And the rain stopping here as well has been pretty clear since that halftime whistle was. We're seeing some players really trying to play to the conditions too. Chilly evening here as Melbourne approaches winter really quickly. Kerwood Wagner goes down, keeps the ball at her feet, will go again, and Heidelberg win a corner. And few and far between in their last two matches. See how Hayley Gertz struck purposely to take the corner kick. We saw a brilliant corner taken by Misha Anderson in that first half. She's no longer on the pitch. Gertz to be the one in charge here. Gertz, lower delivery. Comes off the body of Wood. Still in play for Heidelberg. Gertz will deliver in again. Lovely cross and delivery. Victory just trying to provide the block. There'll be a free kick in a very dangerous position as Doverston brings down one of the Tikakis just outside the box. Really lucky there that she just managed to be outside.
Yeah, a little bit clumsy there from Doverston, and lucky enough it was just outside. And yeah, Eve, I can't even say her last name. So yeah, she's done well there to get right on the edge of the box. And yeah, if we have a left footer here maybe to take this, could be a shot on goal.
So we saw Gertz deliver that corner kick in just a moment ago. Plenty of time for Heidelberg to set up. Delivery in by Suma, sails over the crossbar. But we've seen plenty of times in this game already. Sarah Suma, again, one of those new signings for Heidelberg. Plenty of power in that boot. Well, a quick chat with Layla Hussein about how her calf is feeling. All positive signs from her coming back on. It's important to note. Oh, great work from Catherine Moore. Just to keep it on watching and go parallel to the line. She'll challenge to take on the defenders. Some fancy footwork on display. It'll take two defenders to stop her, but only for a sideline throw-in. So great work from Moore.
Yeah, great there. Drop of the shoulder. And yeah, I think maybe the early ball might have been on. Maybe not, but very good promising signs from the young Victory girls.
Rukowski. Well, shouts for a handball given. Heidelberg want to keep this ball moving here. Well, Bailey being extremely definite about where she wants her captain to be in the end. She's the one to take the ensuing dead ball situation. So receives it back, switch up of play. Out to Hasten. Skipping through into the back of Sarah Sumer. A bit of friendly fire, unintentional. Bukowski. I was looking for that curving ball around the defender, only instead finds the feet of plant. Hussein with a lovely little flick. Keeps the ball moving. Jefferson back out to Mule. Victory. I would love to know their passing accuracy here. They've been playing to the feet time and time again. That time from Portia Tam, maybe a little bit too much on it, trying to break through the line. But they win it back swiftly. This game goes on. It does seem Heidelberg happy to sit back for most of the game. Victory keen to keep possession.
Yeah, I think we saw there on the attack. It's that last pass again for Victory, and you know, Miller made another good run inside, so I think if they clean that up, there could be a lot more goals coming.
Miller, light touch off to O'Keefe again. Out to Franco. I'm not quite sure if there was an intended header or just the duck there from Hussein. Beautiful work there from the Victory, however. And Catherine Moore just sending it a little bit wide for a goal kick, but again, talked about they've got all the right ingredients happening at the moment, Victory. It's just how can they get that final pass going?
Yeah, I think that one there, I said before, like she didn't react to the defender swinging and missing, and that time she was ready to go. So maybe the next one she'll score.
Victory not done yet. Hussein Smart knew that she had drifted offside. But the headaches are coming through thick and fast for Heidelberg as this game progresses. There's 13 minutes, it's over 12 minutes played in the second half. Looks to be some more substitutions happening relatively shortly for Heidelberg. Davison. Well, the call from Miller, she was demanding the ball. Davison does well here. Doesn't quite beat Bailey the first time, tries on the second. But Bailey does just enough to recover the ball. And he's absolutely peppering the goal at the moment, Melbourne Victory against Heidelberg.
Oh, it's definitely coming, and Doveston tried to pass there, but the great reaction to win it back straight away. Neat footwork, and maybe if she put that across the body of the keeper, that was a 2-0 lead for Victory.
Well, it was a 2-2 draw last time these two sides faced off back in round 2. There was some early scoring. Well, Heidelberg took a 2-0 lead in that first half. Well, Victory. And the flag has gone up for this offside against Sarah Sumer.
Really, really neat footwork there from Razumic. I think they need to add a bit more flair like that to get chances off, and like we saw there, a bit more coming to feed, a bit more flair. Maybe Heidelberg will get that chance. It's only a 1-0 deficit at the moment, even with all the pressure from Victory.
Well, it looks like both teams will likely be looking to the substitution bench very shortly. Both coaches having handed the fourth official. Victory looking to attack Hussein. Well, Natalie Plant taking a heavy ball to the face there. Victory not done yet. Mole drifting out wide. And this time the flag will go up for offside. It looks like we'll have those changes here Sienna Chichera, likely one of the players for Victory, coming on. We'll also see Razumic coming off. Number 5 player, don't quite have on my board, but also the change there with Natalie Plant coming off and Annalie Bidwell coming on. So change for Victory will be the end of the shift for Alice Rancoon. So Sienna Teixeira. Well, Teixeira, great attacking player, scored goals, plenty of goals in this league. Had a great run with Box Hill last season too. That eventually saw them getting crowned champions. Has been quite electric in this NPL season.
Yeah, as I like to call her, little tech Chera. So hopefully she brings some, Heidelberg maybe into score here.
Great vision, Chloe McKenzie just getting enough to it. We'll go out for a corner. But some exciting stuff right after that substitution. So another corner here for Heidelberg. So it was Alyssa Celeste who came on, who also picked up an ankle injury in that game against the Royals. High delivery in the box. Again, McKenzie just had no other option but to punch it up. And for all the danger we were speaking about Melbourne Victory in the past couple of minutes, now it's Heidelberg's turn. Gert's forced to run the full length of the pitch. Gertz. High delivery this time. Headed away. Hussein wins the foot race and a great delivery of the ball there to Doveston. Doveston with plenty of time on her side. And straight into the keeper. Out for a corner down the other end. So it's end-to-end stuff here at Olympic Village.
That was exciting there from Layla Hussein. Wanted that from her a bit more in the first half, and now I can see that she's injected that into this game, and that's a second chance for Doveston in this half, so maybe third time will be a charm, but yeah, probably should have done better with that one.
Smart though from Hussein to really be aware of what was happening around her, to wait for that pass for Doveston to be onside. And a great pickup, and again shows off the speed that she has at her disposal. Corner kick from Victory. Celeste heads it away. When it calls from a handball, waved away. O'Keefe there. Teixeira. Another hefty deflection. Another corner kick for Victory.
This has been a game of corner kicks. I think that maybe our 6th or 7th of the game now. I think we saw Heidelberg get 2 corners now, Victory. And yeah, maybe Heidelberg very lucky there not to be called another penalty. But maybe the defender, benefit of the doubt, not really knowing where that ball was coming from.
Well, there's been plenty of deflections coming in thick and fast in this game too. You can hear the noise reverberating through here at the Village. Murkowski on corner kick duty again. Hussein rather on corner kick duty again. Hussein. Shorter this time. And Miller does well, drives it low. And the hefty noise again of those deflections just ping-ponging around in the box. Eventually out for a goal kick for Heidelberg, but Victory have been trying to take their chances when they come.
Miller's been having some fun out there, I think. Very unlucky there with the deflection, but yeah, Victory peppering the goal again, so let's see if there's more goals coming soon.
End-to-end here at Olympic Village. Corner kick for corner kick, both ends of the pitch. couldn't keep it under close control. Well, it does seem with the injection of Bidwell that Olivia Wood pushing up the field a little bit, sliding more into one of those wing positions. Teixeira, well, fresh legs, can spot that run anywhere. Miller almost trying to lean back into it, allow the bicycle to come to her. Well, any opportunity she'll ask for. And Dovison just allowing no space for TikTok to roam into. Over an hour played here. The cross in from Tarrant. Over the heads of everyone involved, but again, Victory, not one to let the ball really travel too far away from their goal. And again, Bailey having to get low and called into action quite a few times now, and seemingly more so in the second half than the first.
Yeah, I think another great ball there from Rakowski. And one time that Miller hasn't made the run, maybe she would have got on the end of it and, yeah, got another goal.
Code Wagner going shoulder to shoulder with Erin Tarrant. Again, this combination of Tarrant and Teixeira, two very powerful and important players for Victory in this NPLW season. Rakowski. Hussein brought down, the touch of the shoulder. Bidwell not happy. The protests continue from the Heidelberg defence.
Yeah, definite arm pull there, and I think Wild's been a bit frustrated since the end of the last half, so maybe just airing a bit of that frustration, but it's been nice to see Layla Hussein a bit more confident in this half, cutting in and maybe now scoring a worldie free kick. She did try a few of these in training. Haven't seen her score a banger yet, so let's have a look if she's got it in her.
Well, Layla Hussein could be the commentator's will happening. Looks to her players. Wonderful shot, just wide. Well, that wasn't far off the worldie that you were asking for, Alana. Some strike. Has to go up there probably for the best off-target chance we've seen so far today.
Yeah, very close from her. Great technique, great power, and yeah, on another day that would have sneaked in. But yeah, she's definitely come into this game now, and I think it's going to happen for Victory very soon. And if not, it is dangerous being only 1-0 up because it only takes one chance for Heidelberg to get through.
Heidelberg trying to take any opportunity they can at the moment. Really struggling to play out of their own half. Victory have been smothering. Hazen. Again, seeing a lot of the backline for Heidelberg having to be involved in any sort of build-up play because all the middle options clogged. Bailey again just going for the route over the top. Tarrant up in the air. And a bit of stillness in the evening now. The weather conditions have changed. We had that heavy rain for most of that first half. The chill has settled in, but an opportunity comes to Hussein. And a brilliant save from Bailey again, getting down low at the right time. It was a great strike, however.
Oh, great hit from Layla, and that's definitely her biggest strength. Seeing her in training, she's always very clinical in front of goal, and yeah, hopefully soon she's going to get on the score sheet, but a great save from Mia Bailey there.
Bailey has been put under difficult conditions tonight with some of the balls coming through. Has answered. Of course, the difference in that goal being that one, the penalty in the 16th minute. Miller went low to the right. Wood. Great delivery in, and Mackenzie gets kited into in the end by Kerwood Wagner. Heidelberg faithful thought it was fair play and move on, but Mackenzie did well to the challenge and a great delivery in from Wood.
Yeah, good cross there from Heidelberg, but I think it's key to note Mackenzie's confidence today has been second to none and definitely one to highlight. I think as a young keeper, it's very hard to play in this league and be confident to come out for balls, and I think all day she's been coming out and being confident and punching balls away, and that one no different, and definitely a foul, even though the Heidelberg faithful weren't happy. I think if that happened to Bailey, they wouldn't be happy.
Well, according to my stats, 18 appearances for Box Hill last season, who went on to win the Senol NPLW. So just 19 years of age, having plenty of senior minutes here. Carcass to Gertz. The victory players just seemingly finding space for any time there is an interception to flick on Hussein. Wants to switch up a play, misjudges the direction of the run from Teixeira, who was calling for the ball. And the flag would go up for victory defence, seemingly setting up Heidelberg for the offside every time.
Yeah, I think we've seen the whole day that they've been looking to play long on most occasions, and yeah, Victory's line's been set up quite well, and that one a near offside. Don't have VAR here in NPLW, but yeah, I think Victory's been set up well for that. And yeah, we saw there again Layla Hussein attacking the game. Really nice to see. And Doveston down again. So hopefully not related to the head injury earlier in the first half.
Well, both teams using an opportunity to have a little bit of a chat within themselves and also get some water. 72 minutes played for the game. So still a pretty significant chunk of time to play out here. One goal only the difference, so always curious when these breaks happen, who talks to who, how do they build up, and Heidelberg now calling each other, Rosie White calling in the team to have a bit of a conversation. But plenty of attacking players. If Jeff Hopkins wants to make that change and the end of Doverson's night is over, he can have plenty of players he can call upon. So it looks like that will be the end of the evening for Doveston. Change coming. It will be Anastasia Simic coming on. So 13 for 33. So
See a change in position. So she's gone up into the 9. And then we see our goal scorer dropping into the 10 position, which she's also very classy in. So maybe she'll be the one that can clean up that final pass for victory.
I've spoken so much about that delivery in. We've seen how good Miller has been with the ball at her feet. And Simic getting involved. Well, she's had a brilliant season so far. I've been called upon into the seniors quite a few times. But has been huge in the under-20s. 7 appearances, 0 goals so far, but 23 goals and 13 appearances in the under-20s, including having put 5 past the Heidelberg under-20s back in round 2. So maybe that is the difference that the victory need if they want to extend this lead out at this point in the game.
Definitely a natural goal scorer with those numbers. And yeah, it's nice to see young players getting the opportunity in the senior NPL. So, yeah, maybe with the delivery from Miller into her, maybe 2-0.
Still just 16 years of age, however. Tarrant looking for the option in. Almost a back flick away. Loaded up shot there. Just safe delivery for Bailey. So Victory continue peppering at goal. We saw 10 shots in the first half. Would love to know the statistics for the second half. Would say they'd very easily doubled that in the first 20 minutes of play, let alone this point now. With 30 minutes having been played, into the back 15 of the match, and Wood lets out a yell of frustration, just couldn't keep the ball at close contact. We'll see some changes here as well. So Hayley Gertz coming off, Sarah O'Donoghue coming on for Heidelberg.
Oh, I think this is danger signs for Victory now. I think only having that 1-0 lead, having O'Donoghue come on, definitely classy, assisted a few of her goals, so hopefully she can get one here.
First foray in the Victorian NPLW was with Alamein. First game I ever called, and it was an absolute worldie goal. I saw her score that time as well. So she knows that we had an Arsenal. Haven't always been able to see it at that Ninja A-League level, but was part of that successful NPLW championship winning team with Heidelberg back in 2024. Has returned back the past 2 years as well. Great player with a great set of skills in her arsenal. Just had a very unlucky run with injuries in her footballing career so far. Miller. Strong ball, just again, the compression of the defence there from Wild and Hasten just gave no other option to Simic to run through.
That was great playing out of the back there from Victory. I think Rosie so calm under pressure at the back, and then, Mallow again in the middle. Classy turn, but again, that final pass, just waiting for it. Heidelberg intercept again. Let's see if they can get O'Donoghue on the ball here, which they do.
Well, looking at the scores around the grounds too, plenty of games happening at the moment. Of course, South playing Preston, which will be finishing soon. Alamein 3-0 victory, which brings them up ahead. They leapfrog. They're one of those 4 teams that were on 24 points. That takes them up to 25, gives them 6th position at the moment. Of course, pending what all the other results are. So we know how important these battles have been, and especially with that congestion at the mid-table. All those teams vying for the last berth in finals. Simic coming down in support. Rukowski having to help out. Well, the shout's coming from Jeff Hopkins to keep the ball simple, which has been really part and parcel of their game today. Tchera. And we're looking to see whether it did end up taking a deflection there from Eve Tikakis. But a goal kick given to Heidelberg. Asuma, confident, push that ball forward with pace. She has that ability to run. Tarrant, hot on her shoulder, delivery in. Curtis, doesn't have enough venom to really make it dangerous. Had to get support. Akimia, Catherine Moore as well, getting involved. Titakakis and Moore. Well, it will be. Well, strong words there from the referee to make sure that game management stays involved here. Was looking to pay the advantage for Heidelberg. Called the foul as soon as no advantage given. So it'll be a free kick, almost just 5 or so metres away from where the corner flag sits.
Yeah, Dennis has to be a bit careful there not to get a yellow card, but good authority from the ref and obviously wanting to pay advantage, as that can be dangerous heading into the box. And let's see if the delivery here from Tiktakis will be good. Tiktakis,
strong delivery in. Almost hits to chair in the face unexpectedly. Well, Bailey up at the halfway line has to pump it long, and she lets out a groan of frustration as Mackenzie, she'll play it to feet, give Bailey enough time to run back to her line. Could have seen something special there in terms of maybe, do you reckon Chloe Mackenzie has the boot in her to get it across the pitch for a long goal?
Oh, Mia Bailey loves having a shot. Has taken penalties before, and she's got such good distribution, and that's definitely in her powers. And unlucky for the Heidelberg Strikers not to get on the end of that, because it did get over Victory's backline.
Well, she did score in that 9-3 game Heidelberg played against Melbourne City, so get you a keeper that can do everything. Teixeira now play that ball to Simic. And just enough on that play to push it out from Hayson. Final 10 minutes of regulation time here. The air is settled. The game remains quite high energy for most of this second 45. We did see it take a bit of a dip midway through the first half, but it's been pretty consistent here. Victory not content with that 1-goal lead. Heidelberg trying to keep themselves in this game. Donahue, no options in front of her again. Victory have been excellent in winning the ball back. Wild Asuma, always a player the Heidelberg faithful will see with the ball at her feet. Good delivery to Kerwood Wagner. Well, very purposeful and slow movement here from Victory. Might as well eat up some time. Lots of shouts from Mia Bailey saying, we're winning here, to try and rev up her team. Simic came in late in the game, still fresh. And the foul given as well. And a reach into the pocket here from the central referee for Captain Rosie Wild. And a build-up of fouls has been coming towards her. Frustrations have been evident throughout the second half.
Yeah, I guess she's a leader in this team, and she's not happy with how they've played today. But I loved the game tactics there from the young striker going into the corner. She did have my little tech chair in the middle that she could have maybe found. But, very good there to slow the game down and, get a foul in a very dangerous area. Be interested to see what they do, but definitely got their rest defence sorted. Victory, which Jeff prides himself on.
Hussein in charge of the free kick, had a brilliant strike about 7 or 8 minutes ago. Very different angle and much further out this time. Right footed strike, good delivery again. The call answered by Mia Bailey. And she'll try and get this counter on as quickly as possible. Tam underneath the ball, heads it back. Akiyama. Donahue had the vision up for Bidwell. Couldn't quite work out. Teixeira again, streaming down, brought down. But great work. For Celeste. Looks like will be another change. Ruby King, who did start last week's match and played most of the game in that right wing position. The foul given for victory. So substitution here. So end of the day, Fenoria Kiyama and Ruby King coming on. So again, some more attacking firepower seemingly being the change here for Heidelberg. I spent a lot of time on the touchline listening to Jeff talking about victory in the Ninja A-League. I do feel like he's louder with his instructions here in the NPLW. You've probably heard him a lot more on the pitch than I have. Would you agree or disagree?
Maybe louder, but definitely nicer to these younger girls. No, he's very good there instructing their young players and very...
Good work there from Curtis to put it out and keep it in play, not concede the corner either. I'll let you finish that. Tikakis still getting the ball in. Mole has been impressive since she's come on. But yeah, Jeff Hopkins has been very clear with his instructions to the team today.
Yeah, young side, like I said, and it's nice to hear him orchestrating from the sideline, but I think they've done very well. And yeah, part of the DNA, so it's nice to see him keeping that consistent with these girls.
Drop ball situation here. Central referee has been great positioning for both teams so far. They've even really been able to see everything happening. Here's the opportunity now. Great delivering Simic. Ball to her feet. Well blocked by Rosie Wyatt. That's an absolute captain's block to not allow that shot up from Simic, who had plenty of time to load up the leg for the strike.
Great feet again there from Poppy O'Keefe, and yeah, young striker taking a touch out of hit, trying to hit it early, but that was just really good defending from Rosie Wild.
Another corner kick. We've seen plenty of them in this match. Oh, thrown deep, on the sideline. Well, even better deflection then from Rosie Wild. Well, looking at who's to play in the next couple of weeks as well. Victory will be facing off next Saturday against South Melbourne at Lakeside. So, I'm sorry, my apologies. Heidelberg will be facing off against South Melbourne at Lakeside. And then Victory will be playing Avondale at Avenger Park. So both teams making the away trip. Haven't seen Heidelberg have back-to-back defeats so far this season. So Ruby King doing everything she can to ensure that that doesn't happen. Stewart try and get away with the back heel. Well booted ball. Mackenzie comes out, couldn't quite keep up on her feet. It does just enough. Wachowski, well, she's been brilliant all game. Looking for players and support. Simic arriving. Olivia Wood just trying to not allow the pass to get off. And Catherine Moore just being collected by the back foot of Bidwell. So another free kick here. I wonder we'll see Well, will be another opportunity here for Layla Hussein. She's been loving striking some of these dangerous free kicks.
Oh, I don't think she'll be shooting this one. I think there'll be some time-wasting tactic here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 victory players back. So let's see what they orchestrate here. But Rosie Wild trying to take the ball there. I'm not sure what was happening.
Well, the only player on a yellow card in this game too. And 5 minutes of time will be added on here. Hussein plays it out wide. Miller to receive. Good work from O'Keefe, who's been brilliant all game. So, well, we spoke about a little bit just then, Alana. They said that Victory trying to play, just trying to eat up the clock. We know there's 5 minutes of time added on. Barely been a minute played since the clock ran up. Miller. Bidwell handing it to her opponent. And a yellow card to Rakowski for time wasting here. Heidelberg know they don't have time on their side, just trying to do something, force a situation where they can get the ball moving. Clamoring of feet all around the pitch. Barely. The time definitely feels like it's moving slower now. Simic. Muscled off by Bidwell. The dewiness of the grass not helping in the situation. Smart from Miller. Rakowski plays it low. And again, Victory loving just hanging around this pocket for the moment. Jonathan Hughes clearing ball just completely blocked again. Victory. They're like a python just completely circling their prey, stifling, depriving them of any oxygen or air to be able to move forward. And that one definitely not a delay tactic from Miller, just misjudges the position of the foot. 3 minutes have elapsed here. Opportunity now. Bailey coming out. Hussein, is this her opportunity? This her moment? Looks to pick it up and over the crossbar. That was a good recovery by the back line.
She'll be killing herself for that. I think she did so well. Go around the keeper, and definitely the right decision to lift it high with all the players on the line. And I think that would have been game over 2-0, but now defensive efforts needed from Victory and Layla Hussein as well.
The shots to be compact. And has been part and parcel of Heidelberg's game today to try put those balls overhead. Strike on the counter, strike quickly. Don't allow the Victory players to set up. It's been far and few between. opportunities. I saw a couple of bright sparks, and there was that patch around 10 minutes into the second half where we saw corner for corner, excitement upon excitement. But Heidelberg haven't really been able to add many to that shot tally in the second 45. Victory, however, easily doubling and some. No shots on targets registered last week, and that is the blow of the whistle. And it's full time here at Olympic Village. Heidelberg United 0, Melbourne Victory 1. A huge win in the context of the season, a real 6-pointer of a game to boost Victory up to 25 points on the ladder and leave Heidelberg stranded on 22. Alana Yachevsky, thoughts on the match after the final whistle?
Yeah, I think Victory were definitely the better team today, and yeah, it was nice to see the young ones being so confident playing with the ball, and definitely could have had a few more goals there. And yeah, not the best result for Heidelberg, and yeah, pushes Victory maybe into the 6 now. We'll see on goal difference what it's like with Alamein, but definitely a really great game from Victory.
Yeah, of course. We're over the halfway point. This has been round 15 of the Senol NPLW. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, you can catch all the action across the league on NPL Victoria YouTube page. Thank you for joining us.